Top, what's going on, y'all? Gains Fitness here. So this is part 3 of the Master Your Nutrition series. So the first episode we've covered how to find your calories and your macros. Second episode we went over how to read the nutrition label, how to read and understand the nutrition label. Now we're going to do episode 3, part 3, which is what foods are what, meaning which foods are predominantly carbs, predominantly fats, and predominantly proteins. So that also goes into learn how to read the nutrition label. But first and foremost, this is also going to help out with your food shopping. So when you go food shopping, you have to label what are carbs, what are fats, what are proteins, just to organize it, to make things make more sense type shit. You feel me? So, excuse me. Without further ado, let's get into this shit. So starting off over here, the most easily macros you could get from almost anywhere, right? Carbs. What are your carb sources? Let's start with the powerhouses of foods: veggies and fruits. You feel me? These are your powerhouses. You feel me? There's really, before I even go in, there's not one particular food where it's only carbs or it's only fats or only protein, right? Well, there's very few. But most of them, about 95% of the foods that you're going to find, will have a predominant source and then a secondary, like fats or protein. Some of them may have all three. You feel me? So it is what it is. But for the most part, 95% of the foods that you find will have at least two macro sources, right? How can you tell which one is what's the most dominant macro source? Read the nutrition label and it will tell you. But I want to get you guys to a point where you may not even need to read the label to tell what food is what's the predominant food source. So that's why we're going over today's episode, part 3, right? So fruits and veggies, those are your powerhouses. You should always have vegetables on your plate. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, always have vegetables on your plate. Fruits too. You feel me? A lot of vitamins and minerals that you get from your vegetables and your fruits. You feel me? They're predominantly carbs, good amount of fiber and shit like that. We're gonna save that for a different episode, but highly lots of like nutrients. It's nutrient dense, nutrient packed, and they're low calories too. You feel me? So for those of you who try to become toned or be in a caloric deficit, you definitely want to have vegetables or fruits on your plate type shit, along with some protein too. You feel me? So like that's the holy grail: vegetables, fruits, and some type of protein, and you're good to go type shit. You feel me? But yes, fruits and veggies. Now, a lot of people, right? Here's the thing: fruits and vegetables have very little protein content. So the predominant macro source are carbs. Secondary will be protein, but they're not a reliable source for getting your protein content in. You feel me? What do I mean by that? Let's say you are 160 male or female and you need a certain amount of protein. Let's see, what is 16 times 8? 64, 128. 16 times 8 is 128 type shit, right? Um, let's say you need 160 grams of protein, right? The plants or any kind of plant source is probably going to have about 2 to 10 grams of protein, depending on the source of the plant type shit, right? Let's say you only have one serving. You could definitely double up your serving. So that's 20 grams. That's 20 grams of protein. Where are you going to get the rest of your protein from? Type shit, right? Are you 128 grams of protein, and you only have 2 servings of plants? So I'll give you about 20 grams. So cool. Where are you going to get the rest of your 108 grams of protein from? You feel me? This is why, as a vegan, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to reach your protein goals. Does not make it completely impossible. It's just going to be a little bit harder. You feel me? You may have to like double your servings, maybe even fucking triple your servings on particular foods. You feel me? So this is why you need to pay attention to things and have a fucking plan on how you want to get your macros in, especially your fucking protein. Carbs is easy, but especially your protein. All right, like I said, veggies and fruits. Next, you have grains. Or your grains, man. Your rices. Rices. The fuck is a rices? Your rice. Your oatmeal. Your porridge. Your grits. Whatever the fuck. Whatever else fits in the grain in that grain family. You feel me? Grains are predominantly carbs. Secondary will be protein. You feel me? So please do not rely on getting your protein sources through your predominantly carb sources. What's going to happen if you do that? You're going to end up overeating in carbs, trying to get your protein. Like, oh yes, I hit my protein. Meanwhile, you're 600 grams over of carbs for the day because you're trying to get your protein in. That doesn't make any fucking sense. You feel me? So ideally, you want to prioritize your predominantly protein sources. We'll get to that in a little bit. Let's finish off these carbs first. All right, so you have your grains, so your rice and shit like that. What else do we have? You have your sweets, candies, chocolate, soft drinks. These are carbs, right? These type of carbs are refined carbs. These are refined sugars, so these are technically the bad sugars. They're not completely bad. Everything has a time and a place. These types of carbs, oh, let me get out the fucking way. These types of carbs, there's a time and place. You could have these before your workout. Lots of strength athletes, they go to like candies, like Sour Patches and fucking Skittles. Marshawn Lynch, who's very famous for, Seattle Seahawks type shit. Seattle Seahawks number 24 on Seattle Seahawks, beast mode. For those of you who don't know football type shit. Anyways, I'm only here so I don't get fined. If you understand that, that's him. That's that guy. Anyways, he will always eat Skittles before and during his games. There are these carbs. These are like fast-acting carbs. Refined sugars are fast-acting. You feel me? Yes, they are bad, but there's a time and place for everything. You can have them to help fuel your exercise, fuel your whatever activity you got going on that requires like quick bursts of energy. So strength training requires quick bursts. Sprinting, jumping, shit like that, quick bursts. So there's a time and place for everything, right? Cool. What else? Your potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in stew. Listen, if y'all haven't known by now, I've referenced a lot of movies. That last line, if you know where I got that from, you're a real one. I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't know, so I'm just gonna tell you. That's from Lord of the Rings type shit. You feel me? So, word. Sorry about that. So back to what I'm saying. Lord of the Rings. You feel me? That's where I got that quote from. But back to what I was talking about. Potatoes. What else are your carbs? It's late right now as I'm recording this, so I'm actually boom, 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 boom. Pancakes. Bread. Pasta. Jimmy, these things are loaded in carbs. Oh, legumes, beans. For those of you who can't see, this is legumes. This is your beans. It's your pinto beans, your black beans, your kidney beans, your lentils, your chickpeas, things of that nature, right? These are predominantly carb sources. Now, once again, for my people who don't really like to eat meat like that, pause. But for my people who don't really like to indulge type shit, you feel me? A lot of people are like, oh yeah, I get my protein through lentils. I get my protein through black beans, and listen. Once again, you're getting way more carbs than protein. If your body is overall body transformation, let's say you're trying to become toned, you're trying to build, for you to become toned, you just need more muscle than fat in particular areas or overall type shit, right? So burn fat, build muscle type shit. So ideally, if your goal is to become more toned, to build more muscle, you need to prioritize your protein intake. And you do that by not prioritizing getting your main sources of protein through carb dominant foods. You're gonna fuck yourself over. You're gonna end up eating way more carbs than protein. You feel me? If you're not gonna eat meat, no, have meat substitutes. Honestly, if you're gonna have a meat substitute, just eat the damn cow, eat the damn chicken. But you do what you want to do. Yes, meat substitutes, even like things like hemp. You feel me? Which is a plant that's actually predominantly protein and not carbs. It's one of the few ones type shit. You feel me? But we're gonna get into the protein a little bit. But yeah, pancakes, carbs, bread, carbs, pasta, carbs, legumes, beans, carbs. You feel me? Things of that nature. These are the things that's gonna give you carbs. Proteins are the secondary macro. It's carbs before protein. These are your carb sources are carbs before proteins, first and foremost. All right, this pretty much sums it up. So if you eat any type of rice, grains, it's carbs. You feel me? Like, oh, I'm having rice, that's protein, that's carbs first. You feel me? Oh, I'm having some black beans, I'm having rice and black beans, that's wild. You're having two carb sources on a plate, right? That's fucking wild. You know, if you're gonna have two carb sources, have one major carb source along with some vegetables or fruit. If you're gonna do it that way, but don't have two heavy carb sources, two heavy starches and shit like that. That's not gonna do you any good type shit. You feel me? If your goal is for caloric deficit for weight loss, you feel me? So you can easily go over your calories doing that. On to the fats. What are the fat sources? First and foremost, dairy, cheese, milk, yogurt, ice cream, all them things there. Those are the dairy. These are fats first and foremost, and then protein would be the secondary macronutrient. You feel me? What else? What else are fats? Your seeds and nuts. You feel me? Your seeds and nuts, those are fats. Secondary would be protein. You feel me? I love having seeds, especially sunflower kernels. I love those. They're like very good. Sunflower kernels, like I said, fats first and foremost, and has a good amount of protein inside of them, along with some fiber too. Really good source of fats you can have. They're cheap too. You get them $1 a bag. One bag has 2 servings type shit. If you want to body the whole one bag for your 2 servings, if it fits your macros, if you have space for it, be my guest type shit. You feel me? How I eat, my goals are different. My goals is actually to gain more weight, to put on more mass. So I eat in a caloric surplus. So I can pretty much eat whatever the fuck I want to eat. You feel me? And because my metabolism is fast, I can eat a lot of food. So I need a lot of calories type shit. You feel me? So, boom. What else are fats? Do you have a car though? Do you have a car though? You feel me? Fats. I love those. I love avocados. My name is Haas Avocado. You shit me? You could buy me. You could buy me in the supermarket. Anyways, it's corny. Anyways, avocados. Really good source of fats. Very great source of fat. I believe that's labeled as a superfood too. We'll get into superfoods on another episode. But I'm pretty sure that's a superfood. Avocado is pretty good. Decent amount of fiber as well. You feel me? I like to put my avocados on pretty much anything. Nigga, you have steak, throw avocado on it. You feel me? Peanut butter jelly, throw avocado on it. I'm capping, but you get the idea. You feel me? I like to throw avocados on a lot of my foods. You feel me? What else are food sources? Fat sources. Cooking oils. Your oils. Right? Vegetable oil, coconut oil, safflower oil, grapeseed oil, all these oils are predominantly fats. You feel me? These are polyunsaturated fats, which are really good, which helps out with your high density high density lipoprotein, so your cholesterol, your HDL, you feel me? So it helps out with that. Also, the seeds and nuts, the avocado, all these things, pretty much most of these things, like fruits and vegetables, grains, dairy, these help out with your cholesterol. You feel me? It helps raise the good cholesterol and lower the bad cholesterol type shit. You feel me? So these are your main fat sources. You feel me? Fat. These are primarily fats, predominantly fats. And the secondary would be protein. Do not rely on these sources to get your protein in. You feel me? These are just to help. I'm gonna get more into that. Now for the bread and butter, my favorite part. You know what? I feel like starting a little bit. I'm gonna write with my right hand. I write with my left. I'm a lefty when it comes to writing. You feel me? So I'm gonna write with my right hand real quick. So what are your protein sources? Right? Most meats. That's not bad for a righty, bro. That's for a right on my right. That's not bad. I could use some work, but that's not fucking bad. Anyways, most meats. Which meats in particular? All except pork. Parentheses. Some beef products. Right? Pork, 9 times out of 10, a lot of times will fall under fats. So I'm just gonna put that. Think about it. A glizzy. Grab it when you go to next time you go to the supermarket, pick up a pack of glizzies, look at the nutrition facts. There's gonna be more fats than protein. You feel me? Sausages, the sausages you have in the morning, there's gonna be more fats than protein. You feel me? So just pay attention to the nutrition facts at the end of the day. But all right, so most meat. So that includes chicken, your beef, your turkey, your eggs, your fish, your lamb, your veal, your fucking crocodile, and all that other shit that Southerners like to eat and shit like that. You feel me? Predominantly protein. You don't have to second guess it. Like, oh yeah, I'm definitely get my protein and do this type shit. You feel me? All proteins are not the same. Protein you get from animals is not the same thing as protein you get from fruits and vegetables, especially plants type shit. You feel me? They're not the same. Why do I say that? Okay, so there are 20 amino acids, right? So anything that has all 20 amino acids is considered a complete protein. Meat, animal products are complete proteins, right? Even if it's pork type shit, it's still a complete protein. Plants are not complete proteins, so you will have to mix and match your different plants, your different vegetables to make them complete. Why are amino acids important, right? Those are the building blocks of protein. Those are what makes protein, and the protein is what makes the muscle and the muscle repair in your skin and your cells and things like that. You feel me? What amino acids are? I mean, think of amino acids and vitamins and minerals pretty much the same thing. They're pretty much the same thing in a sense, right? So amino acids, your vitamins and minerals, they all help out with different things. Hormone regulation or cell reproduction or cell maintenance or hormone maintenance. You feel me? Making sure your body's just working well, like even when it comes to neurological functioning. You feel me? Making sure your nerves are working. You feel me? You making sure you're getting your dose, your dopamine, your oxytocin, your serotonin, and your endorphins. You feel me? Shit like that. So vitamins and minerals, they all play roles in these things. It's bigger than just the aesthetics. It's also about functionality as well. Making sure your insides are functioning just as well as your outside type shit. You feel me? If your inside is functioning well, best believe your outside will function well as well. Type shit. Back to the protein. What else is protein? You have protein powders. Yes. Okay. Protein powders are just to help. Please do not rely on solely protein powders just to get your protein, your daily protein intake type shit. You feel me? They're just to help. They're just to help. Get into the habit of making your protein, getting your protein in through predominantly foods. I can understand if you're on the go, or even if you need a higher content of protein. Yes, you can get shakes. You can get the powders. That's great, but do not have that as your main source. Don't have about 3 or 4 shakes a day and only eating once a day type shit trying to get your protein. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it absolutely wrong. Do not rely on the help. The help, do not make the help the primary. The help is just a secondary. The help is a sidekick. Keep it where it is. Let it play its fucking role type shit. You feel me? Boom. What else is protein? Hemp, as I said earlier. Hemp, which is a plant, which is predominantly protein, then carbs. Most plants are carb first, then protein. Hemp is pretty much protein first and then carbs, which is pretty solid. It's really fucking good. You feel me? I fuck with hemp. What else is protein? You have tempeh. What's tempeh? Think of tempeh as like, it's like somewhat of a meat, but it's plant. It's plant-based type shit. You feel me? It's a vegan-based protein. Let's put it that way. It's predominantly a vegan-based protein. So if y'all don't really fuck with the meats, the animals, tempeh is good type shit. You feel me? I'm not gonna hold you. I've never had tempeh, so there's only but so much information I can give you on that. But tempeh is definitely a predominantly protein source, right? What else? Seitan. Once again, this is another one that I probably did have, but I don't remember. But from as far as I can remember, I've never had these two before. You feel me? But I know of facts, and just doing my own lookup type shit. These two are protein dominant. You feel me? And lots of vegans hover to these things right here to get their protein and type shit. You feel me? So these are your predominantly protein sources. You feel me? So here's how you go about things. When you're trying to get your protein intake, focus on predominantly protein sources first, right? Then you get it through the secondary as the additional. For example, let's say you need 40 grams of protein per meal to reach your goals type shit, right? Let's say you eat 3 times a day, you need about 120 grams of protein type shit, right? About 40 to 44 grams of protein, 40 to 42, 42 grams of protein per meal, right? Let's say you decide to get 1 serving of, let's say, fish, 4 ounces. So that's roughly between 19 and 22 grams of protein, depending on the brand, depending on the size of the fish. Look at the nutrition facts, and it will tell you, right? So let's say you get 1 serving, which would be your 4 ounces. You still have a lot. You still have a lot to go to get your 40 grams of protein. Then you rely on these to fill in the gaps. Focus on your predominant protein sources first, and then you get the rest of your protein through your carbs and your fats, which would be secondary for protein. These are the help. These come first, then this. Don't be like, oh, I'm getting my protein in. I'm getting my protein in through rice and beans, and stop. Stop. Focus on this. If not a meat eater, fine. Get you some hemp. Get you some tempeh. Get you some seitan. Get you some meat substitutes. Whatever the fuck, right? I'm pretty sure you're not going to eat, even if you eat 4 servings of lentils, right? My go-to brand of lentils would be Bob's Organic in a can. I love that shit. It's 3 servings in the can. So with 1 serving, you get 28 grams of carbs, but 12 grams of protein type shit, right? So you mean to tell me, oh, I get my protein through lentils? You mean to tell me for you to get your 1 serving, your 40 grams of protein through lentils, right? 48 grams of protein. You feel me? And that's 112 grams of carbs in 1 sitting. You know how much fiber that is? Do you know how much fucking fiber? Bro, you're not going to like it. It's not going to feel good for you. You feel me? That's just not being smart. You feel me? Prioritize your predominant protein sources first and then get everything else afterwards. Always have your veggies and fruits too as well. You feel me? But for example, you could have like Um, it may not sound appealing, but I don't give a fuck. To me, I'm gonna get it how I get it type shit. You feel me? Anyways, salmon. For my goals, I like to have 2 servings. All my meats, I have 2 servings. Pause. But I can have 2 servings type shit. You feel me? So I'll have 2 servings of salmon. That puts me about over 40 grams of protein type shit. You feel me? And then I'll have some lentils. I could do 3 servings. I could do 1 serving. At this point, that would give me extra protein. Then I also need carbs too because I have more muscle mass. I'm large and I'm less heavy. I need the carbs as well. I can have 3 servings, 1 whole can of lentils, which is 3 servings, but that's 1 serving for me. 36 grams, an additional 36 grams of protein, but that'll put me at 78. 28, 56, 84. That'll put me at 84 grams of carbs type shit. You feel me? That works for me. And then I'll give me some veggies. 2 servings of veggies. I'll probably have some spinach and some spinach and some fucking tomatoes. Or onions and peppers. What get it how you get it, you feel me? But please don't let these be your main sources of protein. Because these are carbs first. So you'll be getting in carbs more than you'll be getting in protein. Think about it. 3 servings of lentils, 36 grams of protein. How many grams of carbs you getting? 84. That's over twice the amount. You feel me? So please be wary of that. Pay attention. Read the nutrition facts. Nutrition facts will definitely tell you. You feel me? So like I said, when you're going food shopping, make sure you might write a list like, oh, what am I going to eat? Things like that. Get the food you're going to have, but label it as if it's a carbs, a fat, or a protein. It helps organize things. It helps your meal plan better. So this is definitely great for meal planning. And that's the next video. The next video will be how to meal plan. So that it takes the first 3 videos, the first 2 plus this video, and adds them together for video 4 on how to meal plan. Things to look out for, how to go about it, how to be way more intentional on your meal plan so you can reach your goals on a weekly basis type shit. You feel me? Yes. So the funny part is this is my second take on making this video. I made this video last night, but it stopped recording because my phone ran out of storage. Blew my whole shit up. That shit got me dumb tight. I'm like, damn, that was a fucking waste. That was like 30 minutes of me talking for no reason. Shit got me dumb tight. But yes, we got through it today. Yes, know what's what. At the end of the day, I'm pretty sure I probably left some foods out. If I left anything out, please drop it down below in the comments. You feel me? So it can help out other people as well. So help them out with their planning type shit. Like, comment, subscribe, share to your friends, turn the notification button on. So whenever I drop more episodes for this series or even other series when it comes to movement or recovery type shit, right? You want to know how to help yourself and help your families, help your loved ones. The game is longevity type shit. You feel me? If you want to reach your goals and nobody's teaching you, if you're not going to hire a personal trainer or a coach, then it's best that you become your own coach type shit. You know what you have to do for yourself. You feel me? It's not taught in schools. None of us know better. You feel me? Now we're in a time of information. We're in the era of knowledge and knowing type shit. YouTube is free for right now, so take advantage type shit. It's free game, free gems type shit. You feel me? So it's education, man. I'm really big on just educating the people. This is my field. This is my source type shit. This is how I help people. You feel me? This is how I serve. Ideally, my goal is just be of help. Just serve people instead of just taking up space and just, feel me, leeching off like I want to help people. I want to serve. I naturally just want to serve people at the end of the day. You feel me? But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, share. Be on the lookout for part 4 on master nutrition type shit. Yes, we out of here. It's wild late. This is the last thing on my to-do list. Yo, I'm so ready to fucking go to sleep. I felt like, I had a lot of things to do today. But I'll keep you guys posted on what's going on in my life. So I don't want to just be giving you guys information. Like, it's cool that y'all get to know me too if y'all wanted to get to know me type shit. You feel me? But anyways, yes, like, comment, subscribe, turn notification on. And then until the next time, gang, we out of here.